Hey, what's up, guys? It's RoboZombie, and today I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to become a better player in Battlefield 5. So, let's get straight into it. Okay, guys, so there's going to be 10 tips, right? And I'm going to give you guys 5 tips real quick on, like, in-game things that you can do. And then the other 5 tips will be gameplay tips. So let's start off with the first 5 tips on like any option settings. Like, I don't know what you would call those tips, but you know, these kind of tips. So okay, guys, so for the first tip is I want you guys to turn on ADS field of view. This will help you guys a lot with your aim, and also want you guys to turn off ADS depth of field effects, because I don't know what these two do, but when I turn on this one, it completely throws off my aim. You know, it kind of makes your gun like zoom in more, and it'll throw off your aim a lot. At least it has to me. So I would turn that off. It might help you out in the long run. And I also turn on ADS field of view, because that'll help you a lot. Be able to see, like, you know, being able to see more when you're aiming. Okay, so the second tip that I want to give you guys is sensitivities. Sensitivity is a really big factor in Battlefield 5. Not so much for vehicles, but a lot for your soldier. And I would say definitely, like, you know, 15 is good for your base sensitivity, looking around, not really doing anything. But your soldier aim sensitivity, that kind of needs to be a little bit lower, you know, kind of on the low side. Now mine's at 40, but my mouse DPI is really low as well. And that will help you out in the long run, because you'll be able to get those more accurate shots, which will lead me into another thing later of why you need really low sensitivity, but that is the next tip I'm about to talk about. Alright, guys, so for number 3 is aiming for the head. Aiming for the head. Aim for the head as much as possible, as much as you can do. If you can, do it. If you can't, I understand, because I'm not that good at it, but I still try and do it as much as I can. So get in the habit of doing it. If you feel yourself like aiming for the body a lot, try and work your mouse up towards the head. And most of the guns in the game, the recoil will take you up towards their head. Okay, so for number 4 is having a good FOV. A good FOV is key in Battlefield. Being able to see everything, even though in this game you can't really see as much when people are laying on the ground. That's another tip that I'm going to give you guys later on. That's key when I was telling you to turn on ADS field of view, because now, you know, if you have a large FOV, then your ADS FOV is going to be large as well. So you're going to be able to see a lot when you're running around looking, and when you're aiming in and shooting a guy, you can see if someone else is coming up on you, or if you need to move around in the map. And tip number 5 is pretty straightforward. Tip number 5 is just try everything. Try assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, shotguns, tanks, airplanes, AA guns. Try everything. Rocket launchers, grenade launchers, different types of grenades. Try everything. The more you try stuff, the more you'll learn how to use them in battle. Use them to their effectiveness. So, which is another thing I'm gonna get to later. And everything is in the next tips, man. All the good tips are in the next one. Alright, guys, so now we're going to get into the gameplay tips. These gameplay tips are things that are going to be able to help you in game, and the other tips were able to help you in game, but these are more so. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first one is really important that most people don't really do, and I sometimes myself is guilty of doing this, and I've gotten better at it now, and that's using the right gun for the right map. You know, most of the time I try and bring an SMG to the longest range map possible because I want to play medic or I want to use that certain SMG. Well, in Battlefield 5 you can't really do that. Guns aren't really that effective, and you'll get dominated by people who are using the right gun for the right class, which, as you can see in the gameplay in the background, this is a pretty close quarter map and I'm using this SMG and it's doing wonders, as you can see. Number 2 is having good map awareness. You don't have to keep your map insanely big like I did in Battlefield 1. I used to have my map insanely big in that game, and I didn't really need to. I didn't really look at my map that much in Battlefield 1 because I kind of knew what was going on. But in this game, you don't really need it that much. You didn't really need it that much in Battlefield 1. But in this game, you need it a lot. Having good map awareness is another key factor to getting flanks off, which always be looking at your map. See where your team is going and see where the enemies are pushing in, and look on your map and see where there's different routes where you can go and flank the enemy, because getting flanks off is definitely how you can boost your kills. Tip number 3 is pop out, shoot, or fall back if needed. Literally, I wrote that down. I'm looking at like a little notepad right here, and I have all this stuff written down to what I'm gonna say in the video, so it's all written down right here. And it's literally, I just do it as I wrote it down. Just pop out and shoot, or fall back if needed. We all know you died really fast in Battlefield 5, and you can hide very easily in Battlefield 5, which is the next tip I'm going to talk about. But popping out and shooting is very key, because most people, like with me, when I get shot, my instinct is to look around and see who shot me, and try and fight back. And if I see my teammate get shot or get killed, then I'm trying to find that guy. I'm looking to see where he is so I can shoot him. But if you are behind cover or behind a rock or something, behind a tree, maybe not tree, but if you pop out from behind that rock, shoot 1-2 people as much as your magazine will let you, duck back down, reload, they won't know. 8 times out of 10 they won't know. They'll just be looking around for whoever shot you, and then you can pop back out and shoot them all again. It's easy kills, easy kills. And fall back if needed. That's another key thing too, is if you pop out and shoot and you do get someone, but then they see you and they start shooting back, that's when you need to fall back to like another rock or something that's a little ways behind the one that you were just at. So then when they come up to you and are about to like look behind that rock or see if you're there, you can take them by surprise again by shooting them from another angle. Pro strat. Tip number 4. Oh boy. Tip number 4. We all know it. We all love it. We know this very easily. It's just 2 words. Lay down. Battlefield 5 is like the game where if you lay down in a dark spot or lay down anywhere, you're like completely invisible. No one's gonna see you. You're like completely camouflaged. Easy kills. It's crazy how many players I've ran right past or walked over. And if you look on my Instagram at RoboZombie360, quick Instagram plug. If you look on my Instagram, I have a video of me standing completely still. And like I was standing up, not even laying down. I was standing up in a dark, not even corner. It was a wall. Like I wasn't in a dark corner. I was sitting up against a wall in devastation. And literally, like, how many? 4 guys? I think 4 guys ran past me. If you guys want to see that, Instagram, link in the description below. And tip number 5. Tip number 5 is pretty straightforward it's plain and simple. Just stay with your team and stay with your squad. Staying with them will keep you alive longer, and you'll be able to get a lot more kills without dying, because I know that's what, whenever I was looking at tip videos on how to get better at Battlefield 5, I've always wanted to know, like, how can I minimize my deaths and maximize my kills? And honestly, staying with your team. When enemies are shooting at you guys, like at your team, that's your opportunity to get flanks off, to shoot from the side, get tons of kills without dying, because they're going to be shooting other players. And just staying with your squad is really important too. Not just staying with your team, but staying with your squad as well, because you guys will be able to spawn on each other. And if you get a flank off, staying alive or hiding for those extra few seconds for your squad to spawn on you, and you guys all get a flank off. And here is a bonus tip. Keybinds. I didn't really think of that till just now. There's a lot of different things you can do in Battlefield 5. You can heal yourself. You can throw heals to teammates. You can give yourself ammo. You can throw ammo to teammates. You can shoot grenade launchers, rocket launchers, put down tripwires, all that stuff. There's a bunch of different things you can do, and keybinds are very important to keep from you having to scroll through your mouse to click everything. For me, like, I've got my grenade on my first mouse button. The button behind my first mouse button is to heal myself, and then C on my keyboard is to throw heals to other players. X is my grenade launcher or rocket launcher or traps, anything I set it to. And curl is to go prone for me, because it's pretty easy to get to. It's right behind shift, so if I'm running and someone starts shooting me, I can instantly move my pinky back and press curl, so I can go fully prone. I don't use crouch. I don't have crouch bind because I don't see a need for it. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up for the tips on how to be a pro player in Battlefield. I hope you guys take all these tips to the Battlefield and your setup to improve. And I hope you guys are having some good games. And if there's anything else that you want me to cover, or anything else you guys want to talk to me about, or if you're having, I don't know, need more tips. If you need more tips or need anything else on Battlefield, just tell me in the comments. And please leave a like. That will really help me out a lot. And subscribe if you're new to the channel, because a whole bunch more Battlefield 5 content is coming, because I think this is going to be my main game now. I've been playing a lot of games on my channel, but I think Battlefield 5 is gonna be taking that over. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.